And I will be filling in for Stephen Dotz as chair of the awards committee today. I would like to call the October 20th, 2022 awards meeting to order. We have a physical quorum present, represented by Laura Shepis, Ricky Erickson, and myself, Hai Vu. On WebEx, we have Joe Orfano and Cindy Edgar in for Stephen Dotz. OGC is represented by Rebecca Levy, and budget is represented by Stephanie Neely. I do want to note that we do not have any public members in person. Do we have any comments via email?
No comments received.
Do we have anyone on the phone? Please unmute yourself and identify and speak up. All right, hearing none, we can proceed. On today's regular agenda, we have items 1 through 7. The items have been reviewed by procurement and budget and are ready for the awards committee review. I will pass it over to Jen McCullum, Chief Procurement Officer, to walk us through each item before we ask for a motion. Jenny?
Perfect. Thank you. Hi. I think let's go through the meeting minutes first. So I'll see if there's any questions, comments, and if not, I'll pass it back to the chair. All right, seeing none.
Thank you. And may I get a motion to approve the awards meeting minutes from last week?
Second.
Have a move by Laura Shepis, second by Rick Erickson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I will pass it back to Jenny for the next item.
Thank you. Through the chair, award number 2 is a change order. This is for our owner's representative services for technology, security, and facility systems for the new headquarters. We retained H. Stephen Jones to provide design, coordination, project management, owner's representation, construction administrative services for those groups and those systems associated with the headquarters. They are a recommended awardee in the amount of $257,257. We expect to have their services completed by February of 2023. And then I'll just note, you've seen this award quite a few times. There's a summary of the different times we've come back to each of you, so I won't go through those, but the work on, the new headquarters is complex and requires additional support work. Much of this work was anticipated from the beginning of the project, but was not to a point in the overall and interior design to be defined. So this change order is for the move-in project management services for the audio-visual systems and the technology services equipment, and for the transportation and installation of JEA provided equipment. I'm going to pause there, and I'm going to see if we have any questions, comments, or if there's anyone from the business that would like to add additional information.
This is high, really, for my knowledge. Is this the last amendment, or are we expecting more services from H. Stephen Jones?
Nancy is not present, but Chrissy, do you know the answer to that? If this is going to close this out?
Yeah, I didn't hear. He cut out on my end. I couldn't hear the middle of the question. Can you repeat it? Hi.
Yes, I'm sorry. I was wondering if this is going to be, or are we expecting this to be the last amendment, or are there more services?
That's something that I'm not sure about. We kind of left it open because we've had some things come up that we weren't planning on. I would say, I hope that this is the last one, but I don't know. But I can find out and let everybody know.
Just really for my knowledge, I realize that there's going to be unknowns that may crop up, but I didn't know if that was this is the planned last amendment or not.
Yeah, I don't have any other information regarding anything else that we'll need to add to this at this time, but I will certainly follow up and make sure that I get that information back to the committee.
Hey, Christy, hi, it's Matt Petit. Sorry, I'm jumping on late.
Oh, you're there. Okay, go ahead, Matt.
So right now, you're correct, Hi. This is the latest and greatest. This is again with us install network as well as project management for all the low voltage. So right now, this is the latest and greatest. We're hopefully not expecting any additional continued consulting services from HSJ, and this again, as of today, will get us through project completion.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Hi. Fingers crossed this is
Okay.
the last time. Sorry.
Well, thank you. So I'm not going to put you on the spot, but is that March 2023 is about when we expect to move over there?
That was my question. Since this is running through 23.
You know what? Hi, I love that date. I love that date.
Yeah, that sounded like a really good date.
That I'm not gonna say any other date other than that. But as far as general pop move and final move, that's a good date. We have a lot of technology going in this building. We've got the CEO now. We're still trying to get Ryan TI and core and shell items completed on the punch. There's still a lot of work, a lot of long lead items on doors and security stuff. So right now we're working on notice to proceed for a lot of Kim's folks to start work. We've still got furniture going in the building. So over the next, again, 6 to 8 weeks, there's going to be a lot of JEA items going in this building. And then we're going to have a phased move in. So early movers will be people on security and Kim's team to help manage and watch for quality of the JEA contractors moving our technology and security equipment into the building.
Very cool. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Christy. Any other comments, questions? All right, may I get a motion to approve award item number 2?
Joe Orfano, so moved.
Second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion by Joe Orfano, second by Rick Erickson. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I will pass it back to Jenny for the next item.
Thank you. Through the chair, award number 3 is a request for proposal. This is engineering services for the Arlington East Water Reclamation Facility, biosolids force main, and this is a part 3. So design, permitting, and services during construction for approximately 27,000 linear feet of a new 8-inch biosolids force main. So our existing force main transfers biosolids from Arlington to Buckman, and it is nearing its end of useful life. This project is designed to construct a new force main. Once it's in operation, this new pipeline will allow the existing force main to be taken out of service, to be inspected and make necessary repairs and upgrades in order to provide a redundancy, a secondary line, and an increase in resiliency for the Arlington East biosolids disposal system. Wright Pierce Inc. is our recommended awardee in the amount of $250,440.61. We expect this design to be completed June of 2026. I want to confirm that. Is that design and construction?
Yes, this is Dan Grove. That's designed.
Dan?
Yeah, that'll.
Okay.
Part of this contract will eventually be services during construction, so that's the end of construction.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. We received 2 proposals, and the companies that didn't submit, we had 6 show up to our mandatory pre-proposal meeting. They stated that they have staffing and project timing issues as reasons for not submitting on the proposal. The proposal includes services for an initial tabletop route analysis and development of the technical memorandum for the evaluation of 2 potential routes for this pipeline. So that analysis is needed to be completed before an accurate scope and fee of the full design of the pipeline can be given. So that is for the amount of this award, and once the final route is determined and selected by JEA, we'll come back to the committee for a contract increase at that time. Any questions or comments?
So this is high. I'm curious. Who and when did we decide to change the sludge pipeline to biosolids pipe? As somebody in water and wastewater, I'm not sure if I agree with the nomenclature. Don't have to answer it today. That's my question to the team. But for the awards committee here, I'd like to suggest a couple of minor changes in the title of the project. Part three doesn't tell me anything. The official title of the project, I think it listed as from Arlington East facility to University Boulevard. So I think that we should change that. And to be technically correct and under the scope of work, the force main goes from Arlington East, WRF, to that location near University Boulevard. It's not the other way around. Maybe semantics, but I think we should be accurate.
No problem. Our team can make those updates for the award.
Fixing in real time.
Excellent, thank you.
Hi, this is Sean.
What service?
I'm sorry, Jenny. I don't think we changed the name of the title of the project. It's still as it was before. So I think just this was changed on this award item. So
No, it was changed. To me, it was always a sludge force main, and somewhere along the line we name everything biosolids. That's what my question is.
okay.
Around the time that this was being advertised, Jay came out and said that to get away from the sludge type language and to be more positive. And so I believe that was the impetus in the change to biosolids.
Okay, but we got to make sure we're technically correct.
Because biosolids is a certain stage
it-
of the process.
It implies it's been treated and it has been treated at Arlington East, but you're essentially pumping it to Buckman for further treatment. So yeah.
This is for my team. I think we need to act on the feedback provider, right? We want to be accurately on what we are proposing as stated by on high. So can this be follow up offline and make sure this is either updated accordingly, Jenny?
Oh, absolutely. Yep, we will update that. And before we send it over to the chair, we'll get it in the right posture before he signs off on it, which
Thank
will be
you.
high for this week. So, yeah.
Any other questions, comments, discussion? All right, hearing none, may I get a motion to approve award item number 3?
So moved.
Second?
Second, and you're gonna make the motion with the changes, right?
As amended.
Yeah, okay.
May I get a motion to approve award item number 3 as amended?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Laura Shepis and second by Ricky Erickson. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? A motion as amended is adopted. Thank you, Ricky. I will pass it back to Jenny for the next item.
Thank you. Through the chair, award number 4 is a request for proposal. This is for Northside Generating Station biomass equipment supply. So the solicitation was to select an equipment manufacturer or manufacturers to provide a container, equipment, elevated drag chain conveyor, horizontal drag chain conveyor, screeners, grinders, rotary valves. And we have 3 different recommended awardees. The first one being West Salem Machinery Co. in the amount of $278,330. Biomass Engineering and Equipment in the amount of $361,510. And ACS Valves in the amount of $61,700. We expect the equipment to be in and purchased by April of 2023. We received 4 bids. We did disqualify 1 due to non-technical compliance. And I'll just note that JEA evaluated this bid. We valued each of the bids for technical compliance and then price. So each company bid their respective scope of the supply within their core competencies. And then we awarded it by low price. So that's why we've got multiple awardees here. The equipment included in this award sizes our biomass to allow JEA to source biomass fuel from a larger supply base. So this equipment augments the original feed equipment, which was purchased under a separate solicitation. So all equipment, so the feed system and the sizing machinery install will be performed under one of our GC contracts. Any questions or comments on this one?
So we're going to follow up with a construction contract, I'm assuming under one contractor.
This is Rodney
Correct.
Lovegren here. Yeah, we actually have GCs contracted for the services in the plant.
Gotcha.
And the intent is to use the GC contracts.
So Rodney, will we put this out to our GCs as a low bid opportunity? Because we have multiple ways of using the GCs. We can either pick one.
It'll be a competitive bid. Correct.
Okay. So we'll give them a
Between
scope
the
of work
GCs.
and they'll bid on that. Mm-hmm.
Yes. ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Rodney. Any other questions, comments? All right, may I get a motion to approve award item number 4?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Joe Arpano, second.
Sorry, Joe.
Beat you, Joe.
I have a motion by Ricky Erickson and second by Laura Shepis. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I will pass it back to Jenny for the next item.
Thank you. Through the chair, award number 5 is a contract increase. This is for JEA Fleet straight trucks for the water, wastewater, and electrical underground. That's the original solicitation we put out. So we purchased 12 straight trucks for JEA's FY23 and 24 requirements. This contract amendment is for the planned and budgeted replacement of 2 units on the water wastewater side, as well as an expansion of 1 unit on the water wastewater side that were planned for our FY24 budget. Cumberland International Trucks of Florida, LLC is a recommended awardee in the amount of $1,044,822. So we expect these to be delivered November of 2023, so the very beginning of FY24, and we are starting to feel like we're getting a little bit caught up on some of these fleet purchases that were getting pushed so far out. So that's why you guys see us buying in the 23 and 24 budgets well before they're due so that we can get them in time. Cumberland International has agreed to honor their original pricing so for these 3 additional units, and so this change order allows them to add these to their available production slots in the calendar year 23, and then again allows us to get these much earlier than expected. When we look at what Fleet had budgeted, they had based it on the increases that JEA saw last year. But since the vendor is honoring their FY23 prices, this is about $155,000 under what we budgeted. So this is a win all the way around. Any questions or comments?
It really is a win.
Yeah.
Great work.
Thank you.
So for
Fleet and procurement have been working very closely together to really try to get out in front of the next couple fiscal years with the lead time jumps.
yeah, that's great work. For budgeting and funding purposes, are we assuming FY24 expenditures or FY23?
Yeah, I was curious.
These will be, yeah, these will be an FY24 purchase. They will arrive in FY24, so it'll be an FY24 expense. That's why we don't have a project number assigned to it yet.
Thank you, Kenny.
I think that
Any
one
other-
was Eddie. Thanks, Eddie.
Any other
questions or comments? Sorry,
May I
Hi.
get-
I'm going to pass it back to you.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. May I get a motion to approve award item number 5?
Joe Orfano, so moved.
Second?
Second. Cindy Edgar.
Yeah, City,
Have a motion by Joe Alfano and a second by Cindy Edgar. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? The motion is adopted. I will pass it back to Jenny for the next item.
Thank you. Through the chair, award number 6, another request for proposal. This is for valve repair services. This covers supervision, labor, materials, tool, equipment, consumables, and subcontracts as necessary to disassemble, clean, inspect, repair, and reassemble valves. The contract is for the repair of all manually operated valves, motor-operated, and air-operated valves located at our JEA electric plant facilities. We have 2 recommended awardees. Flowtech LLC in the amount of $490,000, Control Southern Inc. in the amount of $210,000. This is a continuing services contract, so this is a 3-year award. We do have 2 one-year optional renewals. We received 2 bids. Historically, JEA has not been able to get more than 2 bids for this service without pushing work under our GC contracts or under larger outages services companies, which tends to drive those costs up. So we are awarding work to both, and the services contracts are awarded to the budget. So the bid for the services contracts have been forecasted based on historical consumption in the previous contract spend, which was approximately $517,000 annually. So JEA expects to return to the awards committee as necessary to fund the contract. I'll note that these prices, these rates are about 8% higher, but they are fixed for the 3-year term, which is also a win in this market. The CPI being about 8%. Any questions, comments? Okay, I'll just note real quick. I saw a quick error. Rodney, so the end date, let's update that to 10/31/2025. And I'll give you the floor. Go ahead.
And just a quick update, or not an update, I guess an ad. You know, Flowtech and Control Southerns, they're also basically like manufacturers representatives. So all the different valve product lines that are in the plant, they facilitate, coordinate, do manufacturer rep services to pull in the various different valve companies. And you see Flowtech there, I mean, they're right here in town. So that's one of the reasons. So the big companies kind of already know who's here, who does what, and who they work through. So like the MD&As and the GEs and the other big repair companies and things like that that are involved in this kind of stuff tend to let the work flow through the local reps. Just thought that might be helpful.
So Rodney, when they're using these two contracts, do they have different, kind of specialties, or is it a primary and a secondary? How do we have that split?
So yeah, so Flowtech was the cheaper company, and they're also the one that's got a larger percentage of the work awarded, or a larger dollar amount awarded to them. And they will probably be the one that does a larger volume of the actual on-site in-service work, whereas Control Southern will be more manufacturer's rep type product supply, trim and valve repair parts and things like that.
Perfect. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, I'll pass it back to the chair for vote.
May I get a motion to approve award item number 6?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
I have a motion by Laura Shepis, second by Ricky Erickson. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I will pass it back to Jenny for the last item.
Thank you. Through the chair, award number 7 is a single source. This is a switchgear spot buy for us. We are purchasing 4 switchgears, and they are the dead front switchgears, which is different than what we typically use. We had piloted these and are now ready to make some purchases. This item was created in August of 2019, so we've never purchased this item until now. The current lead time is about 30 to 40 weeks. These specifically are for the Mayo Clinic project the proton therapy that we are helping them with for cancer treatment. And G&W Electric Company is the recommended awardee, our single source, in the amount of $504,896. Just a little background on what the switchgear is: an important part of the electric network. It helps control and protect and isolate electrical equipment and improve system reliability. So primarily used to de-energize equipment to allow work to be done and also clear faults downstream. We use several different types and styles and manufacturers of switchgear in the system, but G&W Electric Company is currently our only approved manufacturer for pad mount 3-phase dead front distribution switchgear. So that dead front, it makes them more reliable, allows if they're submersible and or built to prevent most animal intrusions, which is a major cause of the failure of the live front switchgear. And the live front make up the majority of JEA pad switchgears today. I also would say that it benefits the crews because it is safer. So JEA is in process of replacing some of the current live front pad mount switchgear and to use these dead front versions, take advantage of the benefits, but has largely been selective in the implementation due to increased costs, over what the live front switchgear costs us. So, but for this particular project, the reliability, safety, maintenance makes them ideal for the Mayo Clinic project. So we are bringing 3 of those in for the project, and a 4th one is being bought for an inventory spare. Any questions or comments?
Is that correct with the begin date of the 15th? Have we issued the PO already?
I actually don't think we have issued the PO, so we need to probably update that. Unless we have. Kenny, do you want to jump in?
We have not issued the PO yet.
Okay.
Okay. We'll update that to tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Any other questions or comments?
This is the board. Just to clarify, These switches actually going to the distribution feeders originating for the upcoming Mayo substation. One of the feeder actually gonna feed Mayo Clinic, but it's not for the cyclotron project.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, let's correct that on the write-up.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Any further comments? All right, I'll pass it back to the chair for a vote.
Thank you. May I get a motion to approve award item number 7 as amended?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
I have a motion by Ricky Erickson, a second by Laura Shepis. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion is adopted. All right, the entire agenda is approved for October 20th, 2022. Any other business to come before the awards committee? All right, seeing none, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Hi. Great job.